Hey everybody, again, clearing. So this is the Divine Feminine check-in, and I have been off YouTube for a few days. Everything is awesome in my world. Just needed some me time. Come back into the energies in a personal way so that I can keep the cutting edge of understanding what I'm reading in these YouTube readings and personal readings. Integration. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to use the same questions as I did with the Divine Masculine reading. So this is for Divine Feminines and Divine Masculine cross-watchers to understand the Divine Feminine a little more deeply. Let me just get my questions here. So the first questions we're going to get into are how aware are the Divine Feminines of the connection? Is it 3D? Is it 5D? What's going on for the Divine Feminines? Might surprise us. Maybe Divine Feminines aren't as savvy in the 5D as we all think. Let's have a look. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest and most beneficial information coming through. What is it we can see for the Divine Feminines? How aware, so this is for the Divine Masculines watching, how aware of the connection are the Divine Feminines? What can we see? How aware are the Divine Feminines of this connection? Okay, we got something wanting to come out to the side there. Right, I'm being told to look at the bottom. Knight of Pentacles. So Divine Masculines, if you're thinking your Divine Feminine isn't that aware right now, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse can mean that your Divine Feminine has pulled their energy back. So if, for instance, you're understanding the connection on a deeper level and you're like, why isn't my Divine Feminine showing up? It's because there's an intentional pullback here from what I can see. But let's see. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, the Divine Feminines have embodied this connection. They have been absolutely making sure that they do their best to come into this abundance in the 3D. Pentacles are about the 3D. Temperance. Yeah, Temperance is profound healing. So Divine Masculines cross-watching, your feminine has come into this deep, deep spiritual alchemical healing. And Seven of Pentacles, they don't want to wait. Pardon me. They don't want to wait any longer. They have invested all that they have desired, and they know that with that bottom energy I was asked to look at, the Knight of Pentacles, they know that at this current stage, it's up to the Divine Masculines to offer something. So that's what they know of the connection. They know, they trust the connection so profoundly in the 3D that they no longer need to chase or need to prove or need to sell you, Divine Masculine, on the connection. They are just owning it, embodying it, living it, being it, and not pushing it, not forcing it. Okay, so that's awesome. Let's see some clarifiers. I did that with the Divine Masculine reading. So what further can we see? In what ways? So for the Divine Masculines cross-watching, how can we support you to understand the Divine Feminine a little more deeply here? So Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. How can we clarify Knight of Pentacles in the reverse? Thank you, Divine Creator. Yeah. Just not willing to push anything to move it forward. Chariot in the upright. You know, these sphinxes aren't even walking forward. They are sitting there waiting. And in the reverse, it's even more slowly moving. It's got all the potential possible. The Emperor does drive this chariot, so Divine Feminines are literally waiting for you, Divine Masculine, to be ready to desire this, to want to move forward with this balance. In the reverse, it is really your say, Divine Masculines, your willingness to do this that will make further progress happen. Yeah. Okay, so Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. How can we clarify this? Not investing anymore. Yes. Oh, wow. So for some Divine Feminines, we get the Tower and the High Priestess. This is the be still and know. This is taking no action. The Tower is complete changeover in the 3D, new foundations, new paradigms. So in the old energy, Divine Feminines invested, and I guess you could say ladies first, so to speak. Divine Feminine leads. And now it's time for the tables to turn, literally, for the masculine collective to reciprocate and Divine Feminines to be in this balance and wait until that's authentically seen. So this is a major paradigm shift for the Divine Feminine collective. And each wave of twins does go through this, where the feminine typically is the chaser energy, and then the tables turn and things balance out. And then it's the Divine Masculine's turn to come in and show readiness. I'm getting also that this is a Tower moment for many Divine Feminines who did not expect that they were in this healing, because you know, when it happens, when the healing occurs, it's like a switch that gets flipped, and suddenly there's no desire to move anything forward, no desire to check in on the masculine, no desire to push the connection further. It's just this ownership and knowing, which causes this radical new perspective for the feminine about not taking any action at all and becoming profoundly receptive. Okay, so now let's see what's going on in the feminines for the emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual aspects. So feminine emotionally. Wow, the Moon and the Three of Swords. These are beautiful cards. I want to give a shout out to Alyssa for these cards. They are the Star Tarot. They are so lovely. So Three of Swords is heartache. It can be about third-party situations. There's so much love here. So Divine Masculines watching this, your Divine Feminines are really looking at the root of their heartache, seeking this Divine Feminine Moon energy, looking at the subconscious, seeing. Also, I'm feeling seeing the compassion that they have for you, Divine Masculine, as you go through the integration of the deepest subconscious motivators in your own healing. I'm also getting such an intuitive tie to you, Divine Masculine. So for Divine Feminines, you are picking up on your masculine at a distance through the conduit of the unseen energies. You're picking up on the heartache that your Divine Masculine is experiencing as the polarities shift, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, there's a lot of 5D communication. So Divine Feminines, you know, this is towards union. So there's a filtration system. When we have compassion for another human being, it's when we have true empathy, because we know what that is that the other person is experiencing. We're not oblivious. We have tuned into it, and that only comes from having been there ourselves, from understanding it, from being able to feel it for what it is. So this is a very sacred rite of passage that the Divine Feminine is holding space and not carrying the burden of what the masculines are processing at this time. And Divine Feminines, you are preparing by holding your own in this energy and continuing to work on the layers of that so that you can truly be empathic and not overwhelmed or codependent with this emotion that's coming up right now. So definitely divine feminines, as soon as you put this kind of earth-shaking non-action brakes on the connection, you're going to start feeling this. And so protect your energy, being in self-love, being nurturing, gentle. When you feel that and you know it's coming from your masculine, definitely just send back an energetic "you've got this" to your masculine if you're feeling things like that. And also if you're feeling strange or unnerved, divine feminine, about suddenly getting to a place of temperance where you literally feel like not taking action anymore, and then it's kind of throwing you into a second guessing as to whether that's appropriate or not, do a little bit more of your energetic processing on the deepest levels for abandonment triggers and that sort of a thing here. So let's get clarifiers for the divine feminine with Three of Swords and the Moon in the emotional realm. Yeah, for this new beginning. This is where the polarities and the balance comes in, where two people have reached a maturity and a mastery and really in control of their own energy. Then it's fluid, it's self-sustaining, and it's not codependent. It can truly be everything that it was divinely destined to be. This powerful, spirit-led, passionate new beginning on a whole new level. The divine masculine reading came in with a Ace of Coins, and we have the Ace of Wands. It's giving me the same kind of charge feeling for the feminines, spooky action at a distance, picking up on the becoming, the readiness of the masculines to bring in this next level Ace of Pentacles energy. So divine feminines, don't hold up in the heartache. Definitely move through that and know that it is one of those motions that's allowing for this incredible, passionate, new inspiration to come into the connection. So continue letting go of any of that. Okay, mentally, on the conscious mind, what are the feminines dealing with towards union on the conscious mind? The card just did a complete flip around. I don't know which one it was. I'm gonna have to go through. If it's meant to come out, it will. What can we see on the conscious mind? Yes, we got a few here. The Empress, lovely. So conscious mind, Empress, Queen of Cups, Hanged Man here, Ace of Swords. Okay, so I'm really getting that divine feminine, you are really coming into your abundance. You're holding your own, and that's so exquisite because you are not relying on your masculine for that abundance. You know, in ownership templates, the feminine might have been property of the masculine, and in these new templates it's all self-realized. So divine feminines, you're coming into this incredible abundance, and at the same time you know that your divine masculine, this is the psychic intuitive, you know your divine masculine is getting a radical new perspective on the connection. You just don't know when this communication will come in. So divine masculines, your feminine is incredibly connected to you in the 5D to know this. And there's the King or the Knight of Pentacles again for the second time in the reverse. They are just not initiating anything, divine masculine, that's going to open up that conversation. Divine feminines are sitting in their abundance, just waiting for that to come in. You know what I didn't do? How funny. We needed to get those cards first. Divine feminines are working on things. So we got the clarifiers first. Let's see what on the conscious mind. That's hilarious. I guess I'm out of practice, but nothing happens by accident. But let's see what all those messages were clarifying. What is it divine feminines are working on the conscious mind? What can we... Here we got these ones, the Lovers in the reverse and the High Priestess again. Yes. So we had the High Priestess already to clarify why there isn't action coming in. And we had it with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So we have it again with the Knight of Pentacles. So same message. There's been this radical flip of the polarities. Divine masculines are truly feeling the new level of conscious co-creation with the divine feminine on the horizon. They just need to figure out some more of the inner workings of things in order to act on it. And divine feminines, you are gaining confidence in not having to act on anything at this time, not having to put in any effort except the work that's needed for your own abundance, your own self-realization, and this choice. The Lovers is a card of choice. It is a beautiful connection with higher self. When it's in the reverse, sometimes I think of this as having consciously seen the destined path and reached a level of conscious awareness so that it's seen for what it is. In the reverse this time, I am getting a nudge for some feminines that the heartache card resonated with. Please tap back into spirit and divine guidance, and not so much so heavy on your masculine's energy. Pull your energy back from the pain that you might be feeling or getting confused by with when you tune into your masculine, and tap back into source. We're really getting into this self-realization and not needing to know when this communication is coming forward. Just trusting that these radical shifts have happened and that it's all exactly the way it's meant to be. These connections are divinely guided. They are part of the planetary becoming right now. And so you can't make or break them. You can be aware of them. You can definitely have your wits about you and learn them, but they're going to happen anyways. Okay, what can we see for the physical realm, for the divine feminines? We got the Hierophant in the reverse. This one also wants to come out. 10 of Cups and 8 of Cups, Princess of Pentacles. Yeah. So again, I'm getting that message. Walk away from anything that pulls you down, divine feminines. This is my card of kindness versus duty. So put your heart out there. Do the things that you feel inspired, random acts of kindness. But you know, even if it has to do with communication to your masculine or anyone else, look at the energy in interactions, divine feminines. Go for bringing out the best in yourself and others is the message I'm getting here. You don't have to wait for this spiritual connection to be front row and center before you live your best life this way. Embody that. You are the Queen of Pentacles, so keep embodying that in small ways every single day, divine feminines. It needs to be a way of life so that you've got this within yourself. I'm really feeling just a nudge. It is a maintenance. It is a perpetual cycling to include the spiritual awareness of, you know, divine free will and gratitude and connection to all of the energies you navigate on a daily basis, doing your best, divine feminines. Super beautiful. So that's in the physical. This is very much giving me the feeling of presence and just being in compassion in action, like a Buddhist sort of motion in your life, divine feminine. Embodied kindness, compassion, embodied. Let's get some more clarification on that. So this is bringing you closer to union, because that means honestly you're in such a gorgeous, beautiful spot, divine feminines, and we're talking about all of your soul family, your kin group, your family tree, your friends, your colleagues. This is action across the board, walking away from everything that drags you and others down and really resonating in genuine kindness and compassion with others. Let's get another clarification here. Because you've come into that temperance energy. So So 3 of Cups and 4 of Wands, both in the reverse. This is union and celebration. So everything you're doing right now, all of your interactions where you have embodied your divine masculine attribute, feminines, this is the inner union, the inner friendship to self, so that you are abundant enough to be that friend, to be that unified representation of compassion into the world. Divine feminines, don't hold back. You are embodying this level of mastery and awareness and balance, integrity, I just heard, walking the walk, and having everything you need met within so that you can completely show the world this example. Torchbearer, I just heard. Okay, and spiritually, so I did the Starseed Oracle for the masculines. Let's check it out for the feminines. So what is it that we can see, Divine Creator, for spiritual? What is the Divine Feminine doing towards union on the spiritual level? Temple of centering, solitude, seclusion, grounding, and belonging. So for many Divine Feminines, you are not in like full-on physical permanent union with your masculine. Probably not so much if you're watching this, although I do work with tons of twin couples. But this is the grounding and belonging. When you're at home in your skin, you're going for walking away from anything low vibe, keeping this beautiful interaction, kind, compassionate interaction. You get the sense of belonging in your life because everybody in your life is so appreciated, and it's so genuine and authentic to be able to connect that way. So Divine Feminines, you might feel secluded or in solitude, but do everything as though it's unto a greater power. Like your heart knows your inner motives, your inner actions. Be impeccable there. Be impeccable there, and just watch how the sense of belonging and fulfillment comes in like that. And the other card that came out, divination, intuition, and inner vision. Yeah, pay attention to how these compassionate actions, how far you've come, how lovely you are inside, Divine Feminine, and just be that generous, abundant, beautiful friend and spiritual rock, but that's too hard. It's much easier. It's a soft rock, a fuzzy fluffy rock. Divine Feminine, be that in your own right so that you can truly be that with others and foster a sense of belonging in your circles, in your day-to-day life. Oh, so beautiful. So that is truly what the Divine Feminine is up to right now towards union. So preparing, that's the spiritual reputation that precedes Divine Feminine's community and connectivity, that grounds this level of spiritual embodiment into everything. It's not compartmentalized into different masks or outfits for each interaction. It's seamless. Beautiful. Okay, so let's get a message from the Divine Feminines to their Divine Masculines. What can we see? So this might be a 3D or a 5D message with the level of awareness here. Most of the Divine Feminines are very conscious of the connection in the 3D. So let's see, what messages can we get for the Divine Masculines? Cross-watching. Okay, so we are getting love is the answer, happiness is my priority, you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess, and there's someone else. Ooh. Okay, so love is the answer and happiness is the Divine Feminine priority. These are both in the reverse, so this is something that's an inside job for the feminines. And with the next messages, there is someone else. Divine Masculines, there are soulmates coming in for the majority of the Divine Feminines in this collective. And Divine Feminines, if you're not being honest with yourself, have a think, and just remember there's unfinished business with some people from your past. There's that person you work with. There's that person that you seem to see on the way to work. There are these connections hovering around the divine feminine. And divine masculines, there has been lots of rejection in these connections, and divine feminines are truly taking their happiness into their own hands and seeking love. If the love is not going to be available between you and the divine feminine, they are telling you there are others around that are offering love, that do have an intention, that there are connections that divine feminines could take or leave because of love being the answer. They don't want to force you into this relationship, this connection, divine masculines. There's so much divine blessing available in twin flame relationships, but the divine feminines don't want the resistance. They don't want the heartache, and they don't want to be connected with something that is not going to be their 10 of cups, this kindness, the empress. This is the empress, divine masculines, the high priestess twice, the empress. These divine feminines in the collective have put so much work into being exquisite beings. I feel like everybody watching this, divine feminines, you have been so conscious for so long, and I just felt literally like the spirit teams, the ancestors, the angels. I just heard fanfare erupt in the interdimensional realms just now. It's bringing me to tears because I want to say, divine feminines, you have taken your incredible hearts into your own hands to find that happiness against the most profound and sacred rejection of the masculine. There has been a very, very deep, deep, deep resistance to the connections. It's divinely guided. It's teaching us all earth-shaking, energetic lessons that humanity will never have to learn again. That is the karma clearing that's happening on the planet. But not everyone is going to decide to go forward. And even if everybody does decide to go forward with their divine counterpart, there still is some benefit in knowing, for both divine masculines and divine feminines, that everybody in these twin dynamics truly do have other options. Twins are such conscious bright lights, and so many people in the world are drawn to that. So many people are inspired by the divine counterparts. Okay, let's get one more. I want to see one more. So how do the divine feminines feel about you, divine masculine? What else would they like to say about this soulmate coming in? What is it, divine creator, that the feminines would like? Okay, I would do anything for you. So I always take this as such a beautiful, 10 out of 10 unconditionally loving, I can barely talk today, card. And anything is, the divine feminines love you enough to move on. Divine masculines, if you're really just not coming in, they do have other options. And I'm tearing up a little bit because that's not the preference wholeheartedly yet, but there are some exquisite soulmates coming in, and divine masculines, divine feminines don't want to stress you out, and these connections have been going on for so long that if you really, 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 really don't want to come forward to your divine feminine, they will be okay. And divine feminines, you will have a stunning, happy life with these walk-in soulmates. These divine masculine level soulmates that are coming in may not have been your twin. For some, I'm getting that they are your actual twin, and that in time you will see that. And for many, there are soulmates that are really there that aren't the twin. Only you and the divine can suss that out. But divine masculines, there is no pressure from your feminine. They would do anything, including carry on their merry way. Yeah, how interesting. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.